Hello and welcome to the A New Day show. I am your host, Dynamic Daphne, and again, what an honor it is for me to be here with you in this studio. I tell you, the power of a team. I arrive here in the studio and realize I left my glasses, so I just want to say thanks to my director, Richard, for loaning me his glasses so I can at least read my notes. Thank you, Rich. So we are going to be talking about to rest is to rust, and rust is destruction. All right? I am on the path of a healthier you. And we are doing a lot of non-traditional things, and I am going to be sharing with you the advantage of one particular items that is on our grocery shelf that we have been taking for granted, and that item is apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar. And there's a book out there that I encourage everybody to get. I'm not getting any commission off of it, and he's not sponsoring the show. However, I want to share it with you and encourage everybody to get it, because I'm advocating for this book just because of the advantages that I find in this book. And it is Bragg's apple cider vinegar. It's the Miracle Health System. So I want to encourage everybody to, purchase this book, because it will turn your life around. So here, I want to share from this particular section in here, and I want to read these particular key points to you. And the topic we're talking about is to rest is to rust, and rust is destruction. And here's what's written here. It says, upon waking in the morning, stretch your legs, arms, and body as you do when yawning. Continue this stretching process until you feel that every muscle has been properly and fully awakened. Good circulation and elimination are the master keys to good health. That is the reason it is important to stretch and exercise your body. Don't restrict your exercises to the morning. Make some time for them during the day to keep your circulation strong throughout your cardiovascular system during all your waking hours. Don't sit longer than 1 hour at a time. Get up. Do some stretching, stationary jogging, and keep breathing and deep breathing exercise. Get up and move around. Don't sit in your car for more than 2 hours. Stop the car, get out and stretch, and exercise your legs and body. That's good advice right there. And I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, I mentioned about the Bragg's apple cider vinegar. I tell you, when I discovered this book and I decided that I was adding to my ritual, my daily ritual, every morning I wake up, I drink my warm water with apple cider vinegar. So when you get this book, you're going to see a lot of health tips in there and a lot of testimonials that will help you to enhance and expand your life. There is a lady on the internet, it's Josephine, I forgot her last name. As a matter of fact, I am going to be having her on my radio show. She started working out when she was 50 something. And now she has a body of an 18-year-old and her health is in peak performance. She's in the Maryland area and she started a gym, and she wakes up every morning and she does what she has to do, and she shares about what her daily rituals are. So I want you to examine, what are your daily rituals? I know we are all unique people. And although we can use the examples that I'm giving here and the examples that you might find on the internet and everything, find out what works for you and your lifestyle and implement those things. Because what they say, if you don't use it, you lose it. And we don't want to lose our lives, you know? Even people who have organs in their bodies that are malfunctioning and they get signed up for transplant list and all of that, it's very rarely that they get a match. So why not cut the curb and just start treating your bodies right and doing the things that it tells you to do? You notice now people are living so much longer and healthier and younger. You look at a 70-year-old person now and you think they are 45 or 40 years old. And it has to do with all these things. Our bodies, our joints are like nails. We don't want them to get rust, because what happened? A rusted nail, if you talk to a carpenter, they will tell you if a nail is rust, they are not using it. What they do, they toss it away in the garbage. So they said, what he says here, to rest is to rust, and rust is destruction. So we don't want to be destructive. We don't want to damage any of our organs, and because of that reason, we want to treat them right. Exercises will keep you more healthy, youthful, flexible, and fit. I am sure there are a lot of people out there who is applauding right now and saying, yeah, because Zumba is on an upswing. You know, there are lots of people who are practicing Zumba now, and oh my heavens, they are just enjoying life so much better. I have a client out in Colorado, and once a week she goes and she does her Zumba, she does her yoga, she does her meditation, she does all these practices that keeps her healthy. And I tell you, the best wealth that we need to focus on is the wealth of our health. And that starts with the exercises that we do. It could just be walking. Whatever it is, go out there. The important thing is to be active. You must fight off stiffness if you want the body to feel youthful. Most prematurely old people find it impossible to straighten their spines or continually maintain good posture. Why? Because their bodies have become stiff and rigid throughout lack of exercise and use. It is no wonder that men and women becoming prematurely old settle down and get crusty and stiff-necked. They don't do exercises that move their spinal joints. If you have already begun to acquire this stiffness, take warning now and reverse old age habits. It's never too late. You know what they say, Rome was not built in a day. And all we need to do is to be consistent in what we are doing. You know, find a buddy or a partner where you can go walking with. I remember my friend Bridget and I, we used to go walking and just have a good old time. And before you know it, we would walk for 45 minutes. I remember learning to ride a bike at age 60 plus, 60 something. I think I was 63 or 64 or something like that when I learned to ride a bike. I tell you, I was the laugh at the park, because every time I would mount on the bike and I would try and I would fall, the little kids were laughing at me. However, they became my cheerleader when I started balancing and pedaling. They all stopped and they gave me the thumbs up and they applaud me. And I'm sharing that because as a child, I was not privileged to own a bicycle. I lived in Jamaica. We were poor. We didn't have bikes. However, I had an active lifestyle because we would walk for miles and miles and miles because we did not have cars. So we were getting the exercises that was needed. But as I move into a new community and became privileged to own a car, and I enter into adulthood, that activity, that rigid exercise of walking got, little by little got depleted from my lifestyle. So I'm just here to say, let us revisit the basic things that we used to do. Most children, I know, people my age or in my age range, we were accustomed to walk. Majority of the young people now, they don't want to walk. They say, Mom and Dad, could you drop me here? Take me here. I noticed just this morning, I was behind a school bus in my town where I live, and I looked at the parent drove. It was a beautiful, brisk spring morning, yet the parent drove just a few yards from where they live to take the child to the bus stop instead of walking with the child to the bus stop. And I said to myself, wow, what kind of an example are you setting for the child? It's not like it is snowing out and it's rain and sleet. It's nice, brisk spring morning, and the lungs could do well with those fresh air. Instead, they drove to the bus stop, which was just a short distance. So we as a people need to examine keenly the decisions we make when it pertains to our body. All right? Again, I tell you, if we don't lose it, guys, if we don't use it, we are going to lose it. And I know I don't want to lose it, and I know you sure don't want to lose it either. So let us take some educated choices and decisions to how we are using our bodies and our organs and our extremities. All right. Healthy mind habits promote health and longevity. Wake up and say today, I am going to be happier, healthier, and wiser in my daily living. I am the captain of my life, and I am going to steer it living 100% healthier lifestyle. Happy people look younger, are healthier, and live longer. And that's a quote by Patricia Bragg, who is the daughter of the author of this book. You know, when we take less time to complain and whine about everything that's going on in our lives, we are happier. You know, people see you every day and they say, oh, you're always bubbly and happy. And you can say, oh, well, that's who I am. I was on the telephone with someone at 2:30 in the morning, someone from GoDaddy, tech support. I was having a problem with my website, and I was on the phone with the woman. And she said, oh my God, you are, when she looked at where I was from, she said, you are back east. I said, yes. She said, but you are so alive. What time is it back east? I said, 2:30. She said, how come you're so happy and bubbly? Normally when people call us at this time of the night, they're miserable and everything like that. And I said, no, that's not who I am. I said, every day above ground zero for me is a day for me to be excited and to be happy. And I want to suggest that you adopt those same principles in your life. You know, find something that you can be happy about. Find something that you can be grateful for, because if you look long enough, you will find those things instead of complaining. You're going to find out that you feel better about yourself. You start moving better because you appreciate every aspect of your life and who you have in your life. We need to also embrace those relationships that we have, you know, and discuss, you know, well, what are you doing differently? Somebody will probably tell you, well, you know, at my Y in my community, they have a senior discount, and we go there, and then we go play bowling, or we do golfing or whatever. Find out what's in your community and become a part of it. Remember, the key to doing these things is to get the exercise, not to become professional. However, if you become a professional in the process, that is added value and benefit to that. All right? So, I want to share these 10 little 2-letter words of action to say daily. If it is to be, it is up to me. If it is to be, it is up to me. And I encourage you, invest. You can get 100 3x5 cards in your dollar store or your Walmart or any of those places. And I want you to write as many of these cards as you have. And you can put it at the back of your door when you're leaving. If it is to be, it's up to me. You come back, you can write it at a place you see it as you enter your house. If it is to be, it's up to me. Your bathroom, you go to take a shower, you go to brush your teeth, put it everywhere where you can see it. Refrigerator, pantry door, inside. If it is to be, it's up to me. This way, you are going to begin to make the right choices and decisions. Take time for 12. Take time to work. It is the price of success. Take time to think. It is the source of power. Take time to play. It is the secret of youth. Take time to read. It is the foundation of knowledge. Take time to worship. It is the highway of reverence and washes the dust of earth from our eyes. Take time to help and enjoy friends. It is the source of happiness. Take time to love and share. It is the one sacrament of life. Take time to dream. It is the hinges and soul of the stars. Take time to laugh. It is the singing that helps life's loads. Take time for beauty. It is everywhere in nature. Take time for health. It is the true wealth and treasure of life. Take time to plan. It is the secret of being able to have time for the first 11 things of life. And it is so important to create this list. I hope that you got something out of what I've mentioned here. And to know that, you teach me the way, O Lord, and lead me to a simple, plain path. And this is in the scriptures. It's Psalm 27, verse 11. We only have one body. We only have one body. And if we do not take care of it, it's going to rust up. And we are going to look on our birth certificate and we are going to be saying, oh my heavens, I'm only 40 years old. Yet you can't move your joints. You can't pick up anything. You can't move your limbs. You can't move your body. You can't do anything like you're supposed to. And the simple reason, it has nothing to do with old age. It simply has to do with the fact that you refuse to take care of those parts that were trusted to you. So, don't allow them to get rust, because you know what? If you get rust, it's going to be too late to get them all fixed, right? I think you all can hear my phone going off here in the studio. And so I want you to find the foods that will lubricate all those joints I spoke about. I've found such advantages in the foods that keeps me supple and keep me moving. My omega-3 oils. I tell you, as a child, I remember growing up in Jamaica, West Indies, and my mother always buy cod liver oil. That's the only vitamin thing I remember other than the foods that I was eating that we used to get. And I used to love cod liver oil so much. Little did I know about the omega-3 oils. I just know that everybody in Jamaica, every child, no matter how poor you were, your parents would give you cod liver oil. And the adults would drink Ferrell, they said they're drinking tonic and they boil all the roots and everything. And a few months ago, I was speaking with a friend of mine who was going down to New York. And she said, oh, you would never imagine, I went to this store and they had cod liver oil. And although I have my omega-3 capsules that I'm taking, I said to her, girl, you got to get me 2 bottles of those cod liver oil. So I'm back on my cod liver oil too. So look around, find out what's there for you. Read the labels, read the labels, read the labels, read the labels. If there are things on the labels that you cannot pronounce, don't buy them, because it simply means it's not good for your body. All right? So take the time. It will take you a little longer to shop. However, you will become an educated shopper. You don't want any organs of your body to start rusting. You don't want to lose the flexibility of your joints and tendon and muscles to be worn out and saggy. You don't want that. And it has to do with the foods that you're eating. So invest in eating the right foods. that will prevent the rusting. Drink lots of water. Eat the right kind of fish. Those of you who decide you're going to eat fish, don't invest in the farm raised. The wild caught is a little more expensive, but you know what? Remember, it's an investment in the length of your life. All right? Don't shop for quantity, shop for quality. And know that you are investing in the lives of your family. I tell you, the young people nowadays, they are making such educational choices. And I know that they will not be suffering from rusting of any area. All right? They are going to be resting enough to do the right research to help them live a healthier, meaningful life. So I brought up the young people because I notice a lot of young people now, they're either vegan or they're vegetarian, and by choices. And a lot of times their parents will say, oh, it is so expensive to shop for whatever the child's name. And you'll hear the child say, well, I'm going to be living much more longer than you. And they are right. And I think as adults, we need to spend more time listening to the young people and talk with them more, because guess what? We can learn a thing or two from them. So I want to invite you to join me. I'm on the radio as well. I'm on blogtalkradio.com/Daphne-Clarke-Hudson. And we are on at least twice a week, on Sundays at 7 p.m., on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So check us out. I would love to see you in the chat room and to hear your voice on my calling in this studio. All right? So call me up 203-794-6208, because I do have some opportunities for people who are interested in doing their own radio show, and I can tell you more about that. Check me out on Twitter. Check me out on Facebook. Connect with me on LinkedIn, Pinterest, Instagram, and all over the place. And listen, if you have a story that you want to tell, I want to have you here on this platform. So I look forward to seeing you here.